Right, hello and welcome to another episode of At Home with Not Dr. Tamara. On today's show, we're going to be showing you all about the wonderful benefits of ginger. We're going to be teaching you how you can get yourself grounded and showing you how you can use affirmations to bring positivity into your life. Right, on this week's episode of our supermarket superfood super find, we have got ginger. Now, ginger is amazing. It's another one of those things that is super accessible, it's super cheap. I reckon that would probably cost me about 20p. And it's another one of those things that you can find in the supermarket that nature has given to us that is just here to help heal us from all sorts of things. Now, the main active ingredient is something called gingerol, which is, it's another anti-inflammatory, another antioxidant. It's just really, really good for you. It can help with weight loss. It's really good. It's another one like we were talking about last week with turmeric, it being an anti-inflammatory. It's got really good effects on arthritis. This is another one of those things. Last week, you might remember, we featured this in the drink I was making to help kind of ward off colds and flus in the winter. Ginger is fantastic. Like I said, it's really cheap. It's very easily accessible and there's not much you can't do with it. You can stick it in your soups, in your stews, in your curries. Again, I like to juice this. I do find for the children that it's a little bit too spicy, but well, it depends on your child, I suppose. It's just another thing that you can use in the morning that's going to help boost your immune system and, well, give you a fighting chance at the thing they call life. Now, ginger is one of those things they suggest you take as an anti-sickness remedy. However, what I've been learning is that it's actually not so safe to take in pregnancy. And with anything in pregnancy, you should always check with an actual doctor and not me. But if you've got a history of miscarriage or anything like that, you shouldn't actually be using this for sickness. And I know it's a little bit off subject, but I wanted to say when it comes to morning sickness, I got a little bit of experience. It took me to my 5th child to realize that morning sickness was actually about my iron levels being low. So when I topped up my iron levels, honestly, 5 pregnancies it took me to figure this out, but I topped up my iron levels and all sickness had gone. Just a little note to say. Anyway, it is very good for reducing menstrual pain. It can lower your blood sugar levels, and it, like I said before, it's really good with weight loss. I think mainly because it makes you sweat quite a bit. Now, I use ginger in juices and in soups. And like I said, I use it to make that drink in the winter that is really good at keeping coughs, colds and flus and all that horrible stuff at bay. Anyway, try it. Okay, now you know each week I just like to introduce you to some sort of therapy or something that you can do that's going to be free or super cheap that will add value to your life. Now this week I want to talk about grounding. Grounding doesn't cost a penny. Grounding is something I think that not enough people take note of. It's something so simple, so easy, and can so very quickly get you back to feeling grounded that I really wish more of you would learn how to do it. Now, I want to talk to you about getting grounded and how you actually get grounded. This whole point of this show is to be accessible, affordable, but also inclusive. And I know I've got a lot of gang members especially that are not able to get up and get outside, because a lot of grounding, we like to say, you know, get up, get outside, get your bare feet on the ground, get your bum on the earth, and that is how you actually connect. But this is something that can be done anywhere simply through the power of your mind. I often, in the morning when I come down and I sit and I make my tea, I haven't got time to abandon my children to go and find a patch of grass to be quiet. So I literally just sit quietly and I'm taking some very deep breaths in, and quite simply, as I'm breathing in, I am imagining I am connecting to the roots of the earth, okay? This sounds a bit woo-woo, but it is something that works and it's proven to work. And if you cannot get outside, you can get something called grounding mats. I personally have one, but like I said, I don't use it too much because I'm very much able to ground myself in the moment that I'm in. Now, if you can get outside, I'll be perfectly honest with you, it feels better to get outside. There is something about nature that is very healing, very calming, very very good for your soul. And if you can get outside and connect your bare foot, it needs to be your bare foot if you can, your bare foot, and I would say your bare bum, but it's not that kind of show. But if you can just get your root chakra, so to speak, connecting with the earth, and again, you just spend some time, you close your eyes, and it's all about breathing in, and as you're breathing out, you kind of feel yourself connecting with the earth, and you just need to sit there for 5-10 minutes. But this is something that can really help to just bring you back to your center, help you feel balanced, and help you find your sense of calm. The reason I love grounding is because, like I said before, it doesn't need to cost you a penny. I've been regularly going on forest walks lately where I personally find so much peace and so much harmony. And if you can get outside and start getting grounded every single day, I promise you it will start to add value to your life. And like I said, you can get grounding mats. If I want this to be accessible. If you can't get outside, some of us live in concrete jungles in high-rise flats, that's fine, but you can buy these grounding mats. I think they're about 25-30 pounds on eBay, but they do the exact same job. And like I said, it's about getting grounded. It's about finding your center of peace and your inner calm. That is honestly the very least you deserve.
Good. What's your personal mantra, Jen?
I have so many affirmations that I do, and I've done affirmations for a long time. I feel like they really do. That the more I believe that how you think, and I teach my kids this, your thoughts create your life, and so you have to think positive thoughts all the time. You have to force yourself to think positive thoughts at times. And so I do a lot of different affirmations. I'm open and receptive to all the goodness and abundance the universe has to offer.
Okay, this week's law of attraction is the lovely J-Lo. Now, over the last few years, I have noticed many celebrities like J-Lo using simple law of attraction techniques to manifest an amazing life. And this is something you can very easily do yourself. Now, affirmations are basically a tool banged on about in the manifestation world that are positive statements that you repeat to yourself out loud that you want to use to change your reality. They might not necessarily be true when you're saying them, but you're saying them like they've happened with the idea to create them. Now, I don't really want to focus on that, but trust me, this is science. The technical name for it is CBT. It does work. And if you're interested, go and find out more about it. But what I want to focus on today is actually how we do those affirmations. Now, the number one question I get is, should I say my affirmations like they've already happened? Now, I always answer this question in the same way, and I want to tell you my answer because I think it's really important. Now, there are two answers. Firstly, I think if you feel confident enough in your ability to manifest and materialize what it is you want into your life, you can make statements that are outlandish, and your brain's going to agree with you, and it's going to say, yeah, that's great, that I can achieve that, that's fine. If you are in that place where you're very powerful, you can do that. However, when you first start on your law of attraction journey, maybe today's the first day you've ever even heard of manifestation or affirmations or anything like that. If you just learnt this and then you were suddenly to say to yourself something like, oh, I'm going to be a millionaire, chances are your subconscious is going to go, don't be stupid. Yeah, that little voice in your head is going to be, don't be stupid, you can't do that. And so then what happens, instead of, that positive statement that you're putting out there being fueled with positivity, you're saying it, but then what's actually happening is you're thinking negatively behind that because you don't believe it. So what I found over the years to be a lot more powerful, and they don't teach you this, everyone says you must say, I am, like it's already happened. It is okay to use words like, I can, I will, and use them in statements that don't automatically make your subconscious go, no, you can't do that. So, I am now in a position where I'm 15 years, I read The Secret. 15 years ago, I read The Secret. I can now say crazy statements. Like I can say to the universe, I'm a millionaire. And my head, even though I'm not a millionaire, that's far from it, even though my head knows it's not true, my head knows enough about me and the law of attraction and how I've used it successfully that it actually does believe it, because it knows that I can make all this stuff happen. So when I make a statement like that, my head goes, yeah, you can, Tamara. However, if I'd made a statement like that 5 years ago, my head would have gone, no, you definitely can't. So a better statement for me would have been like, I am capable of becoming a millionaire. And I know if I put the right work and effort in, the universe will help me make that happen. Yeah. Something like, I can achieve the financial status I want to achieve is so much more powerful than writing, I'm as rich as I could be. So in answer to your question, and it's the same question I get over and over again, write the affirmations depending on how secure you feel within yourself. If you're fully confident, write those affirmations. I'm Bill Gates, I'm a billionaire, I'm going to take over the planet. If you believe it, you can make it happen. However, if you don't have so much confidence yet, you could say things like, I could probably be friends with Bill Gates. I know I can start making a lot more money. I know I am capable of achieving new things and doing better. XYZ. You are so capable and you are so able, but it is just kind of counterproductive when your subconscious is screaming the complete opposite you, all right? So if you're comfortable in making your affirmations crazy, make them. And if you're not, start small, but whatever you do, just start them. Now, if you want to practice regular affirmations or CBT, you need to sign up to my gang because we do that every single day. Check out notdrtamara.com and hopefully I'll see you there soon. Okay, for those of you who don't know, I run something called the Happy Gang, which is a daily life coaching support service for your mental, physical and spiritual well-being. Now, on this part of the show each week, I want to start introducing you to some of my amazing gang members. And this week, no offense to the rest of my gang members, quite frankly, this is the best gang member I've ever had in my life. Most of you who follow me will know Abby, my amazing assistant. Now, a little bit of backstory. Abby was, when I first started the gang, about 4 or 5 years ago now, there were 20 members. I only had 20 people sign up, and Abby was one of those 20. And she joined the gang, she started doing the work, and just long story short, she is now my assistant. She runs the Happy Gang for me and probably pretty much most of my life. I couldn't live without her. I am so happy you're here. Abby, thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for everything in general. Talk to us. When did you first start to seek help for your mental health and why?
So I was about 16. I couldn't sleep. I used to overthink a lot over nonsense, tragic things completely out of my control. Went to the doctors and he told me I needed to dull my brain and prescribed me amitriptyline.
Sorry, was those his exact words?
Yes,
you need to dull your brain.
I need to dull my brain.
Okay, carry on.
And that scared me. I was like, I don't want my brain to be dulled. I want to still be me. Eventually, I did start taking the tablets, on and off of them for years.
When you say years, do you mind me asking how many years?
Oh, well, yeah, I'm 40 in a couple of months. So
sorry, that sounds like a lie, by the way. You're all going to be watching this like, what, really? She's not lying. It's true. I've seen her passport, but I don't know. Good genes, man. Anyway, carry on.
Good soul.
Good soul, good soul. No, it's the genes. No, go on.
So up until on and off. Well, so I don't know how to like skip parts, but after having my first child, my anxiety, I noticed OCD, eating disorders.
Was this all while you were still on the tablets?
No, I'd come off of them. So It's been on and off for years, literally. And I had my first child when I was like 23.
Okay.
So then with that came, like I said, OCD, eating disorder. I wasn't even aware it was a thing. I wasn't aware that I had an eating disorder. I wasn't aware that I had OCD. Quite simply, in my mind, I wanted a clean, tidy home, and it needed to be so for my child. It was only... So that continued, and then I had another child 3 years later. It got really bad to the point where I remember sobbing on the phone to my friend saying I was a failure as a mum because it was 7 p.m. and I hadn't bathed both the children. They weren't both in bed. I'd put so much pressure on myself to be this perfect mum for everyone else, not even really for me. It was, I didn't want people to think that I couldn't cope. And then I went on antidepressants. So I went to doctors, they put me on antidepressants, and I was on them for 9 years. Fast forward to joining the Happy Gang, where you didn't say at any point come off of them. I'd recently split up with my husband, maybe 2 years prior to that. I was drinking 3 bottles of wine a night whilst I was on my 100 milligrams of sertraline at the time. Very normal life. I was working, come home, cook dinner, pour myself a glass of wine, and that would be it. Bath the kids, put them to bed, do all the normal things. I didn't see that I had a problem because I didn't know what to do with myself. I didn't know how to just be. I was so used to doing. And obviously the separation with the husband highlighted more inner trigger traumas that I didn't know how to face and just be. joined the Happy Gang.
So 9 years on
Sertraline.
like depression medication.
Yeah, daily.
3 bottles of wine a night.
Yeah.
And then you joined the gang.
Joined the Happy Gang, started doing my mantras, started drinking water because you was like, drink water.
Every day, drink your water.
Drink water.
Drink it right now.
With slices of lemon. And I done it. And here I am, 5 years later. I don't not drink, but I don't drink alone anymore. I don't see the point. I don't see the need. I don't take antidepressants anymore. Haven't done.
How long have you not been taking your antidepressants for?
So August just gone. It'd either be 4 years or 5 years.
Okay, so it was quite quick when you joined the gang. You came
off
medication.
Yeah, it was.
Can I just say, I don't ever advise anybody comes off their medication. Our brains are very complicated places full of a lot of chemicals, and sometimes those chemicals can get really out of whack. I think there is a place for everything. My only problem with medication has always been how long people are on it for, and you being on it for 9 years was probably a little bit too long. But we don't ever advise you stop anything. But I find, and I have found over the years, a natural byproduct of being in the gang is people say, I don't take my medication anymore, which is, it makes me so happy.
Because you do the work.
Because you do the work.
The tablets were great in short-term fix of not obsessing about my weight, not obsessing about how clean my house was, but it didn't solve the reason why I felt the need to do that. But the gang, along with, through those avenues, I found homeopathy, meditation, which you've encouraged us to do in the Happy Gang, has allowed me to find the root cause of the issues, face them, release them. That doesn't mean that I don't have my bad days. I still have my bad days.
You've just got tools now.
Yeah, of course. My sister sadly passed away. That would have sent me into suicide. I'm not going to lie. That would have made me, that pain and not being able to cope with it. But in a really weird way, I've been okay. Like,
You've been amazing this year.
Like, I cry. I allow myself the space to cry. I used to find crying unproductive. What's that going to achieve? I'm a doer. No, there is space in that. Your body needs to release it. So, yeah, you do the work.
To do that.
Yeah.
Doing the work. Abby is literally like my best study. If like we ever get in the dictionary, like under Happy Gang, they'll be like, this is what you can become. Now, obviously, Abby is an extreme case, but I don't even think you're that extreme. I just think it's because she's wanted to do the work. She's put the work in, and every day she's got up and decided, I'm going to do shit a little bit differently. And I think that's what matters. It's you guys putting the effort in. I cannot force you into any of this. I just want to say thank you for coming on the show. And extending past that, just thank you for everything, because she does run the Happy Gang now. She is my assistant, literally my left arm, maybe even my right arm, definitely my right arm. And I'm just so grateful to have you in my life. And it selfishly a little bit makes me happy that I could have helped you with something so simple as the game.
You basically saved my life.
No, you saved your life because you did the work.
You gave me the tools.
I gave you the tools. Yeah, I'm happy you like borrowed a hammer from me and now you're feeling good. That makes me happy. Anyway, I just want to thank you all for watching. I could literally talk to Abby for the rest of my life, and I will when this show is over. But it has been amazing meeting the lovely Abby. Thank you for joining us. Please join me next week for another amazing show.